The moment everybody's been waiting for. I'm Tanis Leonhardi. This is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. I got myself half a Fuji apple. It's a well trimmed, maybe about 50 calories. So am I gonna sweet eats it? The focus of this video is not a sweet eats, but I guess I'm sweet eating it. I snack while I do this. This is my tastings recap for my hypothetical, my who and my wedding. Dominique Sabos style. Okay. So, here I recap the music, food and beverage tastings for my hypothetical, my who and my wedding. And the scenario of the wedding is time coincident with if/when I move out of where I currently live, my parents' house, and in with my soulmates. Videos of the tasting here on my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi, and I'm Tanis Leonhardi, numbered 58, and were published Sunday, 28 July 2019 to Saturday, 9 December 2023. So, that's what we're going to talk about. What we decided on. Dominique and I. He led the way. My Sabosla and I. And so, a little bit of background. Dad said okay/yes when Dominique Sabosla asked for my hand in marriage. And he might be, Dominique Sabosla, he might be the first of my soulmates I have found this out for. It was like a extrasensory perception back in like January or February 2018. And I think I even asked my dad. I was dealing with the Shinueno stuff at the time, so I was like, did Shinueno ask for my hand in marriage? Because it felt like somebody had talked to my dad. And Dad said, kind of thought about it, and I was like, no. So now I realize that hesitancy and no might have meant it was somebody else, and I got the name wrong. Right thing, wrong name. I was trying to like communicate to Shen as in no, and he was okay with that, but we still had to go through that. He also might be the first of my soulmates to get it like super right, in the sense of, or the golden standard. He was the first to ask both my dad for my hand in marriage and John Dale for my hand in marriage, because when I was a kid growing up, I used to call John Dale my guy. And so I was like, when I get married, my dream guy is going to ask both my dad and my guy for my hand in marriage. John Dale's coming over in 2 days. So I still see him. My Dominique, if/when we get married, he wants, once we moved in together, at some point he wants to go to Idaho, visit John and Janae and stuff. Okay, for context, my only sibling, an older sister, was engaged at approximately age 28 and was married at 29 years of age. I am approximately 31 years of age, about to be 32 years of age, and have been neither engaged nor married, so I'm a bit behind in terms of family. All right. So let's get going. Apple is delicious, by the way. Okay. This is the remainder. I had the first half, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Wedding song. Decided on a no copyright music song. Savannah by the Diviners featuring Philly K. It was a song I already had, so there were no expenses from it. I like it. My tasting was making a music video for it. So the music video is in my music videos playlist on this channel. Okay. Food for the drive to the airport/airport pickup and or after the proposal. First batch of food. And if we ended up doing the Top Pot Donuts dozens thing, like the Zabosli dozen, the Ingebrigtsen dozen, and the Sheeran dozen, that would count in there. In addition to donuts for everybody else kind of thing. Surrounding the proposal. So we went with Top Pot Donuts. That was our takeaway. Edmonds location, where I did my I ate 12 donuts for Sweet Eats videos. Okay. Rehearsal dinner. So I'm just doing the takeaways. These videos are all 58 are in my wedding playlist, currently entitled My Who and My Wedding, which would change to My Zabosla in my wedding, if it's Zabosla. And I'll link to my moving playlist as well. But all the tasting videos are in there, at least currently. And I filmed this Tuesday, 12 December 2023. All right, so where were we? So that was the Top Hat Donut stuff. Next, rehearsal dinner. Rehearsal dinner. We went with Kid Valley and Spud Fish and Chips or Herfy's. So Spud Fish and Chips and Herfy's both are closed one day of the week. So it'll depend on which one's open. All right, and for all of this, we have backups and stuff like, or not backups, we have alternatives. So if something's closed or it's been snowing, which would, when we can't get there or something like that, we have alternatives. Even if it's like, you know, chicken cordon bleu from the grocery store, that kind of stuff, right? Those tastings are in here too, and along with some of the food that my dad has made, kind of thing. So home cooked and that kind of stuff. Okay, so Kid Valley and Spud Fish and Chips or Herfy's, and if they're both open, both the day of the rehearsal dinner and the reception dinner, right? If one's closed only one of those days, then that's also decided for us. Okay, kind of thing. So that's rehearsal dinner. Kid Valley, okay, all right, yeah, and part of that, Kid Valley is a burger restaurant, local chain, founded in Seattle. Spud Fish and Chips is founded in Seattle, and Herfy's was founded in Everett, all Washington State, all this general area. So local, and Top Hat Donuts was founded in Seattle as well. Okay, rehearsal dessert is Raven Bakery in Bellingham, Tuba Bakery in Everett, and he makes the Preppy Kitchen olive oil cake recipe. Some combination of that, depending on what's open, what has food, where we're gonna be, is it that kind of stuff. So if we're picking people up from the airport and it's not out of the way, like Bellingham, Raven Bakery is either open or can fill like whatever we want, then we'll go with it. But like that one's very much all over the place, and my supposedly really wants to cook a bunch of olive oil cakes. He wants me to eat, like, you know, one of the full bowls of the batter. He has many food dreams of cooking for me and me eating his food. Although it's John Cannell's recipe. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Reception dinner. So that's Dick's Drive-In, founded in Seattle, in either Spud Fish and Chips or Herfy's. And Dick's Drive-In is a burger drive-in restaurant, and then Spud Fish and Chips is fish and chips restaurant, and Herfy's is a burger restaurant. So a lot of meat. Raven Bakery is the bakery, Tuba Bakery is the bakery, and Preppy Kitchen is the YouTube channel. That he has a website, John Cannell, that kind of thing. Okay, so that's reception dinner. Reception wedding cake and any other dessert items. Yes, he makes the Preppy Kitchen olive oil cake recipe. Winco Foods and QFC. What were all of these things? Where's the wedding cake thing? Yes. Oh, yes. So this is the olive oil cake Preppy Kitchen recipe that he makes. He really wants to do that. Winco Foods, old-fashioned pound cake. And then QFC Lemon Meyer macaron pops. Like cake pops, only they're macarons. Very good. And for that one, you know, we want, because we're lemur long-timers, our dream is Robert Irwin. So he's our squirrel whisperer, and he's in charge of like training the ring bearer, if it's Kona the dog, to like be able to carry a ring and that kind of, or rings, 2 rings, one for him, one for me. But our dream is Robert Irwin saying, Mr. and Mrs. Lemur Leonhardi may now /cut, he can choose whichever word he wants. May now slice/cut the wedding cake. So he works at Australia Zoo. To have a nature person say that we are capable of lemur long time love making, like narration, to confer that at the wedding, we are set for life, you know, from an animal man. So that would be it's a dream we have. Okay, breakfast the morning after. We have 2 for that. PCC Community Markets. That's hers choice. I really love some of their baked goods. Okay. and especially like the ginger apple Danish. That video is on this channel, at least currently. And then he really wanted, well, he's tasted everything here too, so far as I'm aware, and possibly even before me. Breakfast the morning after his, I forgot to put that in my spreadsheet, it's his choice, Patty's Egg Nest. So that was founded here in Washington State in 1999 as a breakfast all day chain. So we can order breakfast, and they have, their menu is huge. So it's kind of, it'd be really cool to do, like for people who want, he wanted the Bavarian breakfast. So, which is per the location I went to, 3 eggs breakfast with German bratwurst. He's a meat man. He's Hungarian. He gets hungry. I love my beefy chunky man. And he can be skinny sometimes. So, you know, he gotta have his meat though. Okay. So the total expenses. So those are the decisions we made. There are options for if it doesn't go through. We have multiple places in kind of the hopes of not overloading any one location with a huge order. Our guest list is approximately at 26. So this is part of the total expenses. I misstated Marco Orsi. It's Marco Rossi. He's Hungarian, not Italian, so I got that screwed up. But our guest list is approximately 26. So currently splitting up orders as best as we can, kind of thing, so we don't overburden any one place. And yeah, and they are all local restaurants founded in either Washington State or Idaho. Oh. Local local food for the Seattle child. So very about respecting where we are, kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and what was the total expenses? So the total expenses for all of those tastings was $389.59 in United States of America dollars. In conclusion, I'm still working on my apple. Oh yeah. We're not celebrating Ramadan for 1 year minimum after moving in together. We were putting too much pressure on ourselves. Because we had it as trying to celebrate, you know, when we move, look up the date, and then start celebrating Ramadan. You know what? That's rushing it. We're giving ourselves a grace year. 1 year minimum before we celebrate Ramadan. This is a really good apple. It tastes like it's off the tree. Like we have an apple tree in the backyard. We used to have multiple apple trees. And it's really crisp like that. All right. 49 out of 10. And thank you for joining me for this tastings recap. I love you, Dominique Sabosly. Oh.